For its second event of the season, the 44 Cup headed to Baiona on Spain's Atlantic coast in the northwest province of Galicia. The hosts were the Monte Real Club de Yacht de Baiona, within the giant 14th century Monte Real Castle. Racing took place in the Ria de Vigo estuary, but with protection from the Atlantic swell and strongest winds by the dramatic Thies Islands Nature Reserve.
Baiona is a magic place. As you can see, we are close to a castle. The yacht club is amazing, and this area has a lot of talented sailors and good people, good food. But especially this area is one of the favorites of what I consider the king of the sailors, that is Juan Carlos. And this area is his favorite area. So I think that when I come here, I remember the good moments that we passed together.
It's a very, very tricky place. It reminds me a little bit of lake sailing, because it's a pretty closed piece of water where the edges of the race course are always behaving in a particular way. So it tends to be lifting on both sides of the race course. That is typical of the lakes. In addition, in Baiona we have the current that is playing quite a big factor, with difference between side to side. So interesting, and I think we can see in the results that it's a lot of up and down, and it pays to start clean and play one of the edges and hope it's the right one.
A light wind first day saw a 2-hour postponement, after which the grey sky finally gave way to sunshine and a light northwesterly finally filling in. Race 1 saw Igor Lars' Team Serie Veda win the pin, while Torbjörn Tornqvist's Artemis Racing took the race committee boat end, tacking on the line and heading out to the right. Artemis Racing tacked early back to the right, which proved to be a winning move, enabling the Swedish RC44 to get onto the starboard ley line ahead of the traffic and leading round the top mark ahead of Charisma and Aleph. With the wind beginning to fade, Principal Race Officer Maria Torrillo shortened the course, stopping the race at the second top mark. This left Artemis Racing to take the bullet from Nico Ponz's Charisma and Vladimir Prosikin's Team Nika.
Yeah, obviously start wasn't all the best, but you know, the boys got the boat going fast around the course and managed to get a few shifts, and it appears my bowman up there is after my job, as he rigged the spinnaker wrong, so we had to go straight, and it worked out to being a glamour, and it was probably the decisive bit of the race, was getting it right down the run. So thanks to the bowman. But no, the boat was good, you know, so doing a good job.
After a delay, the wind returned, and after one start was recalled, the next race finally got away late in the afternoon. This time, Team Serie Veda won the boat end and led out to the right, tacking back short of the ley line with a threatening-looking Artemis Racing on her hip. Igor Lars' team just sneaked around the top mark in first place ahead of Peninsula Racing, with the newbies on Calero Sailing Team impressively up to third after having taken a penalty. Team Serie Veda hung on to the lead for the rest of the race.
Great day of sailing here in Baiona. We sailed in the Ria of Vigo today. Two pretty tricky races. The sea breeze is quite weak filling in, building quite late. First race got shortened to a 3-leg course, but and dropped out to probably 3 knots at times. But we managed to keep up 5th in that one, and then just before 5 we had a great second race. Breeze came in probably 9 to 10 knots from the northwest, and we managed to get a good start at the committee boat and go to the right side of the course, which was what we liked. So and we're able to keep in control from there.
Day 2 of the 44 Cup Baiona was a tricky one for the race committee. Of the course options available, the only win to be found was out in the Bay of Baiona, immediately opposite Baiona Marina. This made for a slightly one-sided racetrack.
We are here with the local race officer, and we are planning about where to go, because it's a day where the local sea breeze is going to be the wind we're going to have. Then we are looking for the best course, and right now we are here near Baiona, and we are trying to race here.
The wind bend and pressure on the right side clearly favoured this side of the racetrack, so the start line was set up heavily favouring the pin end and the left side. Even so, the majority of the fleet started from the committee boat end, while Black Star Sailing Team took advantage of starting at the favoured pin. The Swiss team's strategy paid off, enabling them to lead from start to finish. Team Nico was second home, but all eyes were on the fight for third between Nico Poons' Charisma and Igor Lars' Team C-Ref Veda. This landed in Charisma's favour, pushing them into the overall lead by just a slender point.
Happy to have a start today, even if it's light wind, and we managed to have a good start and clear wind.
Yeah, it was obviously a really good race. We had a pretty long debrief last night about our starts. We were over early on both of them, so that was no good, and today it was nice to nail it and get to the right hand side. A very one-sided course here, we managed to get that, then it was pretty simple from there, so yeah, very happy. Long way to go.
For day 3 of the 44 Cup Baiona, it was back into the Vigo River estuary for 4 races held in perfect conditions, 15 to 20 knots of wind and brilliant sunshine. 2 teams dominated. Torbjörn Törnqvist's Artemis Racing with new recruit, the 2023 44 Cup winning tactician Hamish Pepper, calling the shots on board. Impressively, the Swedish team won 3 races, although they did also finish last in one of the others. As a result, their score for the day was identical to Team Nika's, who posted a consistent 4-2-2-4. This put the 2 teams neck and neck on points. Artemis Racing's hardest fought race was the 4th. With her Italian helmet tactician Pietro Loropiana and Michele Evaldi, this was led for the first lap by Hugh Lepic's Aleph Racing before the Swedes edged ahead at the leeward gate.
Yeah, well, that was a pretty good day for the team. It's pretty cool in this fleet to have 3 bullets, so it was pretty rewarding, and everyone sailed pretty well, so I was pretty happy, so had some good starts and managed to go the right way a few times and had a good lead, so yeah, very happy.
Aside from Artemis Racing, the most outstanding performance of the day was that of Calero Sailing Team. The newbies were taking advantage of the opportunity to sail the 44 Cup's rental boat. Incredibly, after the first 2 races, the Calero newcomers were the day's top scoring boat. In 3 of today's 4 races, they reached the top mark in 2nd place, translating these into a 2-3-6. Definitely a case of punching above their weight.
We are very happy with this race. Second, in the last race of the day, we sailing very well to the right of the course, and we keep in the 2nd place all regatta. We are very happy. The team working very hard, so we continue.
It took a while for the northwesterly wind to fill in and stabilise, and then racing on the final day at the 44 Cup Baiona could finally get underway. In the first of the day's 2 races, Chris Bake's Team Aqua started well. They tacked at the committee boat, winning the right, and went on to win the race. In the 2nd race, Artemis Racing started on the left with Team Aqua again on the right. However, this time the racetrack was more even, with the Swedes just getting the inside berth at the top mark, then striding away. Torbjörn Törnqvist, his tactician Hamish Pepper, and the Artemis Racing team ended up winning the 44 Cup Baiona by 6 points from Team Nika, with Black Star Sailing Team a further 5 points behind in 3rd.
This week was very good for us, but it's very early days, and we need to keep moving forward and keep working on where we are now, and try and keep matching it with the top teams and become a force to be reckoned with. So yeah, we're just happy with the progress so far. There's still lots to gain with the new crew. They're first time in the 44s, and they absolutely loved it. And you know, so it was a great to have them enjoy the class as well, and then to win the regatta, they're like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool. So.
The next event on the 2024 44 Cup takes place in Marstrand, Sweden from the 19th to 23rd of June. See you there!